All right, this is a white box smart pocket printer. I was sent this to review for free. If you wanted to purchase it, it would cost you about $20. They haven't paid me for my review, and my opinion remains my own. All right, so in the bag here, we have the pocket printer. There's a little button on the side that you push to pop this open. And it has a picture of how to install the sticker paper, and I believe there is some sticker paper already installed in here, and there's a cutting place, a serrated blade, and then a thermal printer. So this guy snaps in place like that. There's a single power button to turn it on. There's a USB-C port to charge it, and other than that, it is a Bluetooth device. So it comes with a quick start guide. It says iDPRT and it has S1, I think is the model number. There's also iDPRT printed on it right here. So you need to download the app, and it says scan the QR code below to install the app. Hold the power button down for 2 seconds to turn it on and off. You connect the device, and then you put the paper in and print. And I believe this is just a kind of a generic thermal printer, but it comes with thermal sticker paper, which will print black and white stickers. All right, when I scanned the QR code, it took me to this thing called Here Print. And so the app has 3.7 stars with 297 reviews, 100,000 plus downloads, rated E for everyone. And it's a Zamian Hainin Co. Limited. So the app size is 145 megabytes when you download it. Alright, and I started up the app. It says Here Print, it says Connect Printer. I've held the button down for 2 seconds and this light has turned on solid. Hit Connect Printer. We need to give the app the ability to find, locate nearby devices. It's using Bluetooth to find the printer. It's found an S1 printer. I'm hitting Connect. It says, hey, pair with this printer. Yes, I'm pairing over Bluetooth. And now the printer is connected. It says the battery percentage is 62% from the factory. And now we can use templates, we can type in text, or print pictures. And if you want to print pictures, you need to allow access to your photos. You can either allow access to all your photos or limited access where you pick a particular photo to print. All right, this is a black and white printer, but we're going to try printing a color image on it just to see what happens. Now, it did a grayscale conversion. It looks pretty good. I'm going to hit print and see how that looks coming out of the printer. It's not bad. So there's obviously visible kind of dots and dithering, but it's definitely recognizable as a picture of what I picked. So, you know, it prints graphics pretty real. Alright, so there's a sketchbook where you can pick vertical or horizontal, and basically you can add texts or tables or themes. You pick, you know, emoji and pictures and so forth. So a lot of the features like saving data, like saving a template, require you to sign up and log in to have an online cloud account, and then it saves the data in the cloud account. So while adding text, if you want to do anything other than the default font, when you're clicking on it, it pops up some error message, and I can't read the error message because I think it's in Chinese, maybe Korean, so I can't use anything other than the default font. Alright, so I'm going into the settings here. They have a firmware version, it's 1.02, and there's a picture of an arrow to a cloud, so I'm going to hit that, and it says, hey, the firmware version is the latest, so apparently it doesn't need an update. I can print a self-test page, so let's hit the print self-test page. Alright, there we go. So it is printing out a continuous sticker here. So it's basically, it doesn't have like stickers that are separated. When you rip it, you're actually ripping the bottom of the sticker in addition to the backing plate. So I was kind of a little messy how I ripped it there. Maybe I could do better with a little more practice. So the default font, the kerning is horrible. I'm not impressed at all with the default font. And so it's really annoying that you can't change fonts to anything else. That's annoying. Now, they do have like line spacing adjustment, but nothing that would appear to change that horrible kerning on that font. Anyways, let's try printing something. So it's going to print like this. We say print. There it goes. And it worked. Let me see if I can do a better job ripping this off evenly. Okay, that worked a little nicer there. So it's a thermal printer. Prints on sticker paper. The app looks reasonably full-featured. You know, the sketchbook here can do pictures and emoji, bubbles, things like that. Pop in a bubble, put some text in, tables, stuff like that. So, you know, you can make just about anything you want and print it out. So here's a collection of various borders and frames and to-do list notes in their templates. So it's not an extremely extensive selection of templates, but it's enough to get you started with stuff. So each of these templates appears to have a spot for text to go. You can't like move this text around. It's not like a text block. You just start entering text and it goes into the area in the template where it's supposed to be. All right, so the app isn't perfect, but it gets the job done. You can pretty much print, you know, messages and texts and stuff like that. You have thermal printer paper here. Should be pretty easy to buy, kind of generic, this with thermal printer paper to refill it. And the price point was pretty darn low for all this functionality. So I am impressed with the value given the price point of this printer. Alright, so plugging the printer into charge, I used a USB-C power delivery cable. It's successfully negotiated power delivery charging. It's only drawing 5 volts at half an amp, so it's charging at about 2.5 watts. So any USB port you plug this guy into should be able to provide enough power to charge it up. Alright, the manual says if it's flashing like this, it means it's charging. If it goes solid, it means it's fully charged.